Are you bullish on KASPA? If you are, then I think this is the video for you, because I'm going to be breaking it all down for you to exactly all the information you need to understand KASPA properly. Let's get it. What's going on, people? My name is Aaron and welcome to UX Crypto. This is the best place to find them altcoin gems early, as well as know exactly what you're getting involved with any of these projects. So today I'm going to a massive deep dive inside of KASPA. So let's do it. So if you've not heard of KASPA, I don't know where you've been, all right, but you should be paying attention to KASPA. And obviously we're looking at, like, we've got a nice little, consolidation here. Could be a good little entry for you if you're thinking about getting into KASPA. Because, for example, we've seen this before many a times, right? Like back here, it went up, went down, you could have got in there. Then all of a sudden, bam. Same here, right? This is where I got starting to get into KASPA. And then, yep, same thing again, right? You could have got in here, and then same thing again, all right? So it just keeps happening, and yeah, it might just happen again as well, right? We'll have to see how this all plays out throughout the bull run, but I think that is a high chance of that. On this, we don't just look at a chart, all right? We go in, and this is where I'm going to be doing my breakdown. So the first place we're going is
teams and advisors.
Okay, so here is the team. Main people we're going to be focusing on are the founders, right? The reason for that is because they're the movers and shakers of the project. The other people, yes, they leave, and it's employees at the end of the day, and that is what happens when you see a founder leave any big company. That is when the stocks usually crash, because the leadership team is something's going wrong there, right? So my thing is yes, focus on founders if you're looking at teams. So first guy is we're going to look at Jonathan Sovolinsky and find a little bit more about him. Okay, so I found some really cool information about him. So he's actually cited inside an Ethereum white paper. You can see here, very, very interesting, right, that he's been cited, and that goes back all the way to 2013. So he's obviously an OG in the space, and yeah, quite big in the game. Also, Polkadot been cited inside of Polkadot's white paper as well. So we've got Avalanche as well. He's also been cited inside of Avalanches. But yeah, also look, Algorand. Right, so someone not to mess around with. Very, very cool. Okay, and that's just the start. Next people, very interesting too. Aviv. Okay, Aviv. Well, here he is, and he's a professor at Hebrew University. And before that, right, he was in Microsoft. Okay, so he's a researcher and an intern before that, but he has 4 years experience inside of Microsoft. Very cool. Next thing is Guy Karim. He's also on Beam. Very cool. And DAG Labs. So if you didn't know, DAG Labs is actually KASPA. That's the labs what incubated KASPA, and he is the CEO and president of KASPA. And yeah, before that, software architect at Intel. So he's got some pretty damn good experience, right? So the next place I am going is going to be
the partners.
Okay, so when it comes to partners, like, we're not seeing anything like a joint partnership with another chain or anything like that, or another massive big company. What we are seeing is more exchanges, because if you understand how KASPA operates and works, it's not necessarily needing to part with other chains or blockchains, right? But where it is, it needs to be bought in different locations, because it is a decentralized currency, a little bit like Bitcoin. Bitcoin doesn't have partners, right? It's just supported. So it's very similar to that. So what we could use as partners is exchanges. So where is all of this, right? So we've got KuCoin now. We also have Uphold, Bybit, a couple of different places. And in terms of swapping, you can swap it on these different exchanges. I mean, as it's a layer 1 at the moment, I wouldn't expect it too much. But when they do that layer 2 side of things, which I'll get to in a minute, then I think partnerships would be pretty important at that time. But the next place I'm going is
the idea.
So when it comes to the idea, then KASPA is the fastest and open source decentralized and fully scalable layer 1 in the world, and the world's first block DAG. So it's using block DAG technology as well, which is very, very cool. But why do you want to care all about that? All right, so I would say you do need to care about that because of this. So this is actually the blockchain trilemma, if you've not heard of it. And yeah, so this is what it is. So it's decentralization, which is very important inside of cryptocurrency. You've got security, which of course we don't want to lose our bags, and scalability. And this is being able to actually do transactions quickly, speed, and all that stuff, right? And this is what KASPA is trying to solve. Right? At the moment, look, KASPA is a layer 1, okay? And obviously it's a great layer 1, but what we would love to see is if you can be a layer 1, can you build on top of that, which brings you to layer 2s, okay? So what is a layer 2? Okay, a layer 2 is just building upon layer 1. It's kind of like the foundations of a blockchain. So if, for example, your foundations aren't that good, then later on your layer 2s and all of these things will build upon it. Let's say a layer 3 on top, right, would be affected, which obviously we've seen that with the likes of Solana now. Like, the foundations, in my opinion, aren't the greatest. They're not solving the blockchain trilemma. Say of that what you will, but the proof is in the pudding when you have 75% transactions failing, because this first layer here is not really working the way it should. But in terms of the scalability problem, Bitcoin, for example, has issues. Transactions go through the roof as well for cost when it does scale. So that's a bit of a problem, right? When it comes to actually being a currency. So this is why it technically does fail Bitcoin on this. But the next place I'm going to is
The website.
So the website. So looking at this, why would you care about looking at the website? Well, overall, when you go to anything online, then this is the landing page for it, right? So you probably want to care about how this looks and what they're presenting on it. And some of the stuff which is very cool that I can point out to you is this. Okay, so obviously fair launch, which is great. You've got also hash algorithm, consensus, block DAG or proof of work, 1 second block times, very cool. Okay, and being able to scale, right? So currently showing the market cap and supply and all that stuff, but supported platforms, so on many different supported platforms, which is great to see. In terms of the rest of the site, it's giving you a little bit more of a breakdown on what you should be paying attention to. So obviously where you can get it, the different wallets and all that stuff, showing you where you can swap it, where it's accepted. So these are the wallets you can actually get KASPA on. But yeah, not too bad. Not the best site I've ever seen or anything, but it's giving you the main gist of exactly what it is. And then when it comes down to different resources you can find, then it's pretty useful. You can see a lot more inside of that. But the next place I'm going is
The product.
okay, so here you go. This is block DAG visualized for you, and you can see actually how this is operating. So if the block gets a bit full, then it can separate it into different nodes, and that allows you to create scalability, which is very, very cool. And it is great that they've actually symbolizing this with this visual, and this is exactly what the tech is. So very, very cool, and this is how we'll be able to get the blockchain trilemma solved potentially, right? But other cool things about the product, you've got it on the App Store, so you've actually got an app for it, some fairly alright ratings, 43 ratings, and generally overall 4.5, so not bad. It's also on Google Play, and you've got 10,000 downloads, so for their wallet. But just bear in mind, not everyone's going to use this wallet. They're going to be using it in centralized exchanges or wherever they can store in their crypto. The next place I'm going is
The social media presence.
okay, so social media. And yes, social media, they got it on Smash, right? So just under 200,000 followers. Quite a lot of people definitely interacting with their posts. And some really great updates all the time. So you can see, look, they're pretty active. The team is out there doing their thing. So yeah, I would say it's a pretty good social media following. So that's cool, but where are we going next? We're going here.
Coin utility.
Okay, so the main utility behind this is kind of what it is, right? So a scalable coin, a bit like Bitcoin. So in terms of utility, it's more for the miners, and then you can buy and hold it and all that fun stuff. So you've got the miners. It's very much a mining coin, obviously being proof of work. So proof of work means you need to work for it. So being a miner to work for it. So that's one of the main user cases there. But then the other features behind it is all of this. Okay, so we've got faster transactions, instant confirmation, scalability, as well as efficient proof of work, security, and being a block DAG. These are the main things around this. This isn't going to be like a gaming coin where you could use it to trade in-game currency or anything like that. But when that all might come, right? So if, for example, we are seeing that they have released the layer 2 and they've got loads of different layer 2s building on KASPA, that will give it a lot more utility at that point. So I think there are going to be more to come when they do that. So what do you think about that? Have I given you some information that maybe you have not seen before? If I've missed anything, then let me know in the comments down below. Love to know exactly all the stuff going on, and if anyone's reading the comments section, then they can help them out on their journey as well. If you like the way that I broke all this down, then you should come and join us inside the Patreon. All right, so this is actually my Patreon, and I actually offer a whole bunch of different stuff for you. So I have sell signals for the market. I do not believe that top is in. I've got many different indicators telling me it's not, so I think it's just a pullback, and we might see some downtrend for a while. But realistically, okay, this is when you need to be buying. You should not be like worrying and leaving the market and all this stuff because prices are going down. That is when you need to be paying attention. That's how you make the money, when everything's low. Buy low, sell high. That's the game, right? So anyway, if you need help with accumulating the best bags possible, I have a cheat sheet with over 200 coins fully scored. The way I broke this down from KASPA, I've done it for over 200 projects, and I can rank them, which is very, very cool. It allows me to have top 10s in all these different categories. I've got top 10s in AI, gaming, layer ones, Bitcoin scaling, all of these different things. Okay, so come and join us over here. And I've got buy signals. I'll let you know what I'm doing. You can track my portfolio. A whole bunch of stuff over here. Great Discord community as well. We're all chatting in there. There you go. Here is a link right there in the description, and you can get access to that and join us. But yes, I personally think everything is going to start bleeding in the market, and you're going to see a lot of opportunities, which you're starting to see with KASPA, for example, and a whole bunch of other coins. And that is where you need to be potentially DCAing or buying your bags, okay? For some reason, everyone thought they were geniuses buying in the green. I mean, up to them what they want to do, but that's not really a good strategy normally, is it? Right? So yeah, I've made most of my gains inside of crypto from buying the blood in the streets and when things are really low, and that is probably how you've heard a lot of people make money in crypto, and for the long term, right? You hodl bags, and this is what this strategy is. It's not just a random like flip into that type of thing. Long-term strategies win overall. So yeah, come and join. If you want to know exactly how I think KASPA is going to perform in this market, then check this video out right here. This is going to break it all down for you of all price projections for KASPA. And yeah, if I don't see you guys though, I will see you in the next video or at the top. Peace.